Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Leverkusen have dropped their 2 points as they have drawn their game against Wolfsburg 0-0. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, it was probably one of the worst performances from Bayer Leverkusen in this season, if I'm being very honest with you. And especially in the last 2 or 3 months, they have been really, really good. But today they were so poor in that game. I really don't know what happened today. They were the movement of the ball, the way that they passed each other. They were just slow. They looked lethargic. The movement of the players, the tempo with the way that they played. I mean, it was a really poor. I don't understand what happened to them. I mean, they have been so good over the last couple of 2-3 months. They have been really amazing. They have been on this amazing unbeaten run as well, and they are unbeaten today as well. But they were really lucky to be to stay undefeated today, because they barely created anything, if I'm being very honest with you. And the chances they created were not really that threatening for Wolfsburg. They were not really that dangerous. I don't think Wolfsburg would have really minded anything that Leverkusen created today. They had just one shot on goal in the entirety of that game, and even though they had majority of the possession as well, and the chances that they created as well. I mean, they had like 16 shots on goal. If somebody's going to look at that, then they're going to think that they had a really good game. But most of those shots on goal were basically the players are getting frustrated, if I'm being very honest with you, because nothing was really happening with whatever they were trying to do. Nothing was materializing, and people they were just in a way fed up, and they were just in a way letting out frustration, trying to do something from shooting from outside the box, shooting from unconventional positions as well. But even that was not working. It just did not click for Bayer Leverkusen today. And as I said, they were lucky they did not lose the game, because Wolfsburg, on the other hand, they were amazing in that game. And they the way that they started the game from the get-go, they were on the front foot. They dominated the proceedings for the first 15-20 minutes, and they were really unlucky not to go go 1-0 ahead. They scored the goal, but it was deemed offside. It was an offside goal, but like the way that they played, they would be really disappointed that it really did not convert that momentum into a goal. They did not take the lead, because Leverkusen really did not know how to cope with the way that that Wolfsburg played in that first 15-20 minutes, and which is quite surprising, if I'm being very honest with you, because Leverkusen are one of those teams that can really cope with the pressing and all that sort of stuff. But today it did not look like that their team came out of the bus. It just felt like they were just some random 11 players on the pitch who have no idea what they're supposed to do, and Xabi Alonso just put them on the pitch and just told them, do whatever it feels right to you, and they really had no idea. Wolfsburg took real advantage of them. I think the best phase of for Bayer Leverkusen in that game was like there at 5 to 10 to 10-15 minutes at the end of the first half. Apart from that, they were not really in that game. I think second half, both of them were not in that game. Second half was in a way quite poor. I really thought this was going to be quite a good game of football. I said it was going to be a hard-fought game, and I expected goals in this game, because Wolfsburg at home, they are always a tough team, and they're they like to play. They sort of up their games when big boys come to their home stadium, and I expected that. And I did say that Leverkusen are going to struggle, but I still thought that they were going to win it in the end. I went for a 2-1 win for Leverkusen, but to be very honest with you, it was a really bad performance. And Wolfsburg, they deserve immense a great credit, because they like Leverkusen were already really poor, but Wolfsburg, with the way that they played, they made sure that they are even more worse than they should have been. And I think Leverkusen, in my opinion, I think Leverkusen were really did not expect Wolfsburg to start like this, to come at them. And I think that really sort of shocked them, and I don't think they ever recovered after that. And they just they crumbled under the pressure that Wolfsburg were putting on them, and that is again a really surprising thing, because you don't expect Bayer Leverkusen, the team, and to be like this, because they have played in much bigger scenarios, much bigger games. But today they were really poor, to be very honest with you. And they now the big another aspect of that is like they started the game 9 points behind Bayern Munich, and now they have dropped 2 points, which is a massive thing. We don't have that many games left. It's like 12-13 games remaining for the league to over to be over, and now it is they started the weekend with 6 points behind them. But Bayern Munich won, it was 9 points, and they started the game with 9 points behind them. Now they have drawn the game, they have not won the game, so the deficit is increased now. It is now 8-point gap between them and Bayern Munich. with the way that Bayern Munich are playing at the moment, they, in my opinion, Bayern Munich have really hit the tempo. They really hit. They're peaking at the right time. That's the word what I want to use. I think they are peaking at the perfect moment. You see the games of Bayern Munich as they have gone through a new manager, and what all happened earlier in the season, their performances have been were not that good. But if you look at them as late November, early December, mid December, since the especially after the Christmas break, I think that did them really good. And after that they have been really good, especially in the league. I don't think they as the level of performances they are giving, it has been really good. And Leverkusen, to their credit, they have been really good. But I think the lead that Bayern Munich have at the moment, 8 points, it is not that much of a big lead in my opinion, but with the way that both these teams are playing, I think it could be a massive game. Even let Bayern Munich basically have to lose in a way 3 games, or they have to draw a couple of games and they have to lose. It is a big task at the moment, and with the way that Bayern Munich are playing, I don't think that's going to happen. For Leverkusen, this was a must-win game. I said in the prediction video, every single game for Leverkusen at the moment is a must-win game. Well, Bayern Munich can afford to drop a couple of, they can afford to have a couple of drops, and they are still going to be ahead of Leverkusen. But for Leverkusen, every single game is literally a cup final for them. And today they have, they have not won their first cup final, and they are still 12 or 13 games, 12 games still to go. For that cup, for them to play, they have to play all, and all of them are cup finals in my opinion. And they really need to think hard, and they need to come back next weekend. They need to give a response, otherwise the title is going to slip away from them. Wolfsburg, on the other hand, they themselves are fighting for those European places, and I think if there's one team that is going to be really disappointed that they did not win the game, I don't think it's going to be by Leverkusen. I think that's going to be Wolfsburg, because they were the better team. They already took the lead once, that was deemed offside, and after that they created much better chances. I mean, if there was one team, if you look at that game, if there was one team that was going to score a goal, everybody thought it was going to be Wolfsburg, because they came close so many times, I think, but they were just not able to convert those chances. And Wolfsburg, if there's one problem in Wolfsburg's team, it is that they really don't have a clinical finisher. They often create a lot of chances, but they're just not able to finish them off. And again today, if you are playing against big teams and you have them under the pump, you really have to finish off your chances, which unfortunately Wolfsburg did not do. And in a way, they paid the price of not winning the game. If I'm being very honest with you, in my opinion, they really should have won this game, but alas, they were not able to do it. But they would be happy that they got a point. And if you look at the results everywhere along the table, I don't think it's gonna matter that much, because none of the teams who are really fighting for those European places, they got the result that they would have wanted. So I think in a way, Wolfsburg would be really happy with this result as well. So yeah, that's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Leverkusen's performance, what you guys thought of Wolfsburg's performance. Do you think the title is over? Bayern Munich are going to win the league, or do you think Leverkusen still have a chance? Let me know in the comment section below. I like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this year, so before the end of February, sorry, before the end of this month. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.